Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. Today we're here to do a product review on a product called the BrushHawgz from Bad River Outdoors. One of the problems that I face in hunting areas like this, you can see by looking at these trees, there's absolutely no coverage around, especially late in fall. And you have a good area like this where I've got a trail coming here, I've got a trail coming here, trails coming off this field cutting through here, and certain times of the year, this is in beans, corn, milo, all different kinds of crops. So what do you do when you got a really good spot like this, but you're in a wide open and there's no way of getting good coverage? I've faced this problem a lot, and the BrushHawgz is a solution to that. Got the BrushHawgz here, and I'm not going to talk too much about the carrying case because this is one I picked up at the ATA, and they're changing the carry case. So this is not the carry case that you guys will get. So we've got the BrushHawgz here, and this comes with two. We'll show you when they're fully, when we get everything out and we get everything set up. What we've got here is on the end here we have a pivot. This is going to pivot right down, and I'm going to attach this right here to my tree stand. So once I attach that to this tree stand, it's got 4 holes right here that are about an inch around, about an inch tube. I'm going to cut me some branches. I'm going to slide them right down into those 4 tubes. And the tubes, you know, your branches are going to stick up, they're going to stop them from coming through. And that's going to allow me, this thing pivots, I can hook it up, say here, and I can have my brush there. I can have it here out in front of me, anywhere where I want to. This is a good steel construction. It's a really solid piece, good welds on it. They're underneath and on the top, and they hold good. It's got a really tough powder coat type finish to it. It's got a little bit of texture to it as well. One of the things I like is inside, in between there are 2 pieces of steel, your 2 arms here, it has a nylock nut on the back, so that's not going to loosen up even though you're turning it, and it has a nylon bushing in the middle. So we've got a nice quiet pivot there. So if you have to reach down and kick this thing out of the way when you got some deer approaching, you ain't got to worry about it making a lot of noise. Back here as well, you got a nylock nut on here, so it's not going to back off. It's not going to ever come loose. You also have a bushing on each side of this, so when it turns, no noise on it as well. So we're going to set this thing up here, and I'm going to grab my limb saw, grab some branches. We're going to set it up and show you exactly how well this works and how well it's going to conceal you. Because you can see, as of right now, I'm right out in the wide open. So we'll test this thing here, we'll put it on and see how well this covers us up. Okay, I want to give you an up-close look at this part that attaches to the stand. You can see here, here's your bottom plate, your top plate. You'll put your 1-inch tubing or whatever it is, whatever size it is, right through there, and you'll have 4 of these, and it'll actually sandwich it right down. Comes with an Allen wrench provided and wing nuts on the bottom. So you can sandwich that right down. It's going to give you a good secure lock on your stand, and that allows it to work with just about any stand. So when you want to remove this, there's 3 bolts right up here on top that sandwich down onto this piece of round stock. You can simply lower or loosen them, remove that. This also has a really cool added feature of you can put this into a tree without that, or you can put it into a tree on, on the ground. What we have here is we have these pieces right here that screw right to the stand. What these will do will screw into a tree. You screw these right into the side of a tree. You got a little cheater bar here, you can screw that right into the side of a tree. You'll actually loosen that part right there, and you'll put these right here underneath, drop your pin through and through the hole in this, and it'll give you a nice good added cover while you're on the ground. So all you have to do with that is remove this piece right here, slide this piece, or screw this piece into a tree, slide it right underneath, and drop that pin right there through. And then you can use this for turkey hunting, ground hunting for deer, whatever you need a little extra coverage for, you can use this for it. While we got this up close, you can see the nylon bushing right there in the middle of that nylon washer, and the nylock nuts that they use. You can also see it, get a good look at the good powder coated finish that they have on here. Nice quiet movement, good looking welds on top and on bottom. Just a good solid construction on this. Okay, so obviously the footage you just watched was shot a couple months ago. At the time it was January, right after the ATA show, and I just got my hands on these things and I was really excited to try them out. But there was really no good way of showing how good these things work when all I had was sticks with no leaves on them. So what I've done here is we waited a few months and everything got greened up and got some leaves on it, and we could do a little bit better, show you a little bit better how well these conceal. What I've got is I've got the BrushHawgz both attached to this ladder stand, and I've got them both full of leaves. You can see there I slid that one right around and adjusted it with my leg, and doing the same thing with this one. So in front of me now I've got a nice shooting lane, and I've got some pretty big stuff in here. I've got a nice shooting lane in front of me, and I've got a nice shooting lane beside me, and I've got a wall of leaves and a wall of branches on this side of me, and as well as this side of me. And I only have 2 branches in each one of these right now, because you don't have to use all 4. You can put 2 in there, but as late season gets on and there's not as many leaves on these things, you may want to get 4 of them. So I'm in a pretty open area, and yet I've still got coverage here. If you want to trim that, I've still got a shot here. I've still got a shot to this side. And if for some reason I should want to get a shot to this side, all I've got to do is reach right around, hook that with my foot, and pull it right around. And now I've got a shot here, and I've got total concealment right out in front of me. So you can see how well this thing works. I'm not even wearing camo, and it's still going to cover me up real well. And I've got a shot now off to my right, off to my left. I'm concealed in the front. And if I want to move that, of course I wouldn't do it that fast in the woods, but if I think I'm going to get a shot to the front of me now, all I've got to do is reach down with my foot and move that thing right out of the way. So quick, easy, quiet, and right there I've moved my cover. It's going to be pretty hard to do that in trees with a branch. So very good aspect of it is the ability to just reach right down and move that thing where you want it. And I really like that aspect of it, because now I can open a shooting lane, or I can cover myself up as I choose. So just like that, no hands, no bending down, no nothing. I've got a total concealment. And if I get one that comes right out here in the front, and I want to still, all I've got to do is open that right up. So you can see there, real quick, real easy, and quiet as can be. And you still have the ability to move these things right where you want them without causing too much noise. And opening up your shooting lanes as wide as you want, you know. Which you're gonna have a little bit of trouble there, like I'm having, but I can open up my shooting lanes and I can close them as I want and as the deer dictate where I need a shot. So you can see here, once again, we've got really good full cover that we can open and close as we want it, as we need it. And nice thing too is we can prep. I need to tighten that thing up a little bit. Nice thing too is we can prep our stand sites this time of year. I've already got 2 or 3 stands that I've set up, and one of them's in a walnut tree, and walnut trees are pretty famous for losing their branches first and not allowing you any cover behind you. So I'm going to set these up in the tree stand I've got in that walnut tree, and put some good oak branches and stuff like that in there to allow me some good coverage later on in the year. Another thing that I'm going to use these things for is I'm going to order a second set, and I'm going to put them on my climbing stand all the time. Because one of the problems with the climbing stand is you're looking for a good straight tree with no limbs on it so you can climb up. And if it does have limbs on it, you've got to cut those off as you go. So 9 times out of 10 you end up being in a bald area, or you got to climb so high that you're 30 feet off the ground. I really don't like that. So I'm going to have a set of these permanently on my climbing stand, on my X stand, that I can just, when I go to the woods, I can grab a few of these branches and I can hook them up, climb up there, and I'll have instant coverage on my climbing stand all the time. So these are the BrushHawgz, and this is from Bad River Outdoors. And for more information on these, you can check them out at Bad River's website, which we'll put right here for you guys. Excellent product, quiet, easy to use. This one over here, I need to tighten this one on the left a little bit. I didn't tighten it up enough. It just takes an Allen wrench to tighten that thing up. And I was playing with this one, seeing how it worked well with those screws that we showed you earlier. But this one over here, we've got it plenty tight. Works real well. kick it back and forth as you need it. Great for early season, putting them up now, getting you a little bit of coverage, picking your shooting lanes. I've done videos on shooting lanes, and you have to be real selective about what you pick in early season, because in late season you may cut too much, and if you need to put something back, you've got these. So now it's not as critical for me to pick my shooting lanes in September and August, and it's not going to affect me so bad in November, December, because now I can add and remove foliage as I need it. So now I can pick me up some good wide shooting lanes, and I can add these and customize where I want my foliage to be. So BrushHawgz, very good product, very tough, and they're going to do the job, I think, real well of concealing you in an area that you would normally be wide open. So like I said, for more information on these, you can check these out at Bad River Outdoors website, which we'll put right here for you guys. You can check out all the other real cool products that they make as well. Ed's a very innovative guy and makes some really cool products. So these are definitely an A+ in my book, and one that's really going to see some use for me this year. And I'm going to take full advantage of what these things are going to offer. So for more information, check them out right here at Bad River Outdoors website. From product reviews, how-to videos, and tuning videos, be sure to check out our website, ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.